Hello everyone, my name is Caden and welcome to Robotics Notes Elite. So, this is another game in the Adventure Science series, you know, same series as Steins Gate, the Chaos games, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's about the extent of my knowledge on this. I've mentioned before how I adore those games, so let's see what we're getting into. I am using the, I will say that I'm using the Committee of Zero, I think it's called the Committee of Zero patch, yeah. So, what was interesting? Excuse me. What was interesting is that without the Committee of Zero patch, this game does not have mouse support, which is weird, but the Committee of Zero adds mouse support in, thankfully, so. Yeah. Anyways, shall we? As always, settings are probably going to be janky as could be until I can figure it out. Hey! It matters not how straight the gate, how sharp. Hold on. No, you cannot do that to me. No, 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 no. Stop. Nuh-uh. No, 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 no. We're off to a fascinating start because you saw those numbers that just appeared, right? Those are the exact type of numbers that appear whenever in a Steins Gate that you like change like it's the deviation. I can't remember the exact terms or whatever. But whenever you, like, change timelines, that's the thing that tells you, like, the divergence or whatever. Why was that there? That was wild. It was 1.04. If memory serves, in Steins Gate, the whole goal of the game was to get to... 1, right? I think that's the case. Or maybe I'm wrong. Still though, that's a fascinating way to start this game. That gave me a jump scare seeing that again. Those numbers. Speaking of Steins Gate, I know this is kind of getting off topic already, but there actually is a reboot coming out of Steins Gate apparently. If you guys want to see it, sure, I'll play it, but I imagine it's mostly going to just be the same thing. But I have heard that it contain new story elements, so we'll see. If the new story stuff is substantial enough, then sure, I'll go back and play the reboot. But again, more than likely just let me know if you want to see that. I'm already off to a bad start because I didn't even read that. Someone once said that this is a battle to save the world. Someone once said that the hope of all mankind rests on our shoulders. But I don't care about any of that stuff. This is just to satisfy my own impulses. I mean, getting to fight your race rival and in a situation like this really gets your blood pumping, doesn't it? I couldn't care less if people think I'm some immoral asshole. I don't mince words. The only thing I care about is beating the #1 player in the world and taking their spot on the top of the leaderboard. Is there anything you want to do after that, you may ask? Nope. There's nothing. Nothing at all. But despite that, or rather, because of that, I have to do it. After all, I'm no hero. I'm no soldier. I'm not the protagonist of some mecha anime either. Hmm? Ooh. Whoa. Whoa, a bunch of stuff. KB 2020. Kill Ballad 2020. System link. Online.
Mic test. Kai, say something.
Ojorimose? Is that how he said it? Well, it's not gonna. Nochio.
感度良好
Loud and clear.
おじゃりもんせノッチーよおじゃりもんせノッチーよ
Loud and clear.
全員一言ずつ
Everyone, say something.
Testing, testing.
Also,
すごい一体感
I feel like I'm becoming one with everyone. An auspicious wind is blowing. And with this coming.
はいオッケー
Yep, okay.
カイポケコンは有
Kai, is your Pokecom plugged in?
赤いケーブル
It's the red cable.
とっくに接続済
Way ahead of you.
ていうかなんで
By the way, why red? Got a new favorite color or something, Aki-chan?
通常の3倍で
Because it makes it go 3 times faster.
Well, it seems like this is something related to mechs.
OS
Oh, hello.
正常に起動済みだし
System boot complete. Terra stable.
うちの顔見えてる
Can you see my face?
It's interesting seeing how these are like 3D models. I'm more used to I'm used to how all the other science adventure games generally do it with just 2D art, really. But these look like 3D models, interestingly.
バッ
Or
チリ
rather, I can tell they're 3D models. What am I saying? Nice and clear. It's not bad though. I like it. It's just weird. A weird change. All servo motors. Less than 1% error from home position.
えっと
Electric supply system's normal. It says the power generator can run continuously for 13 hours.
13時間は連続で使えるって
So, basing off context clues already, again, this seems like it's related to, like, it's a mecha. Like, mechas are... what's the phrase I'm looking for? Normal? Like, mechas are commonplace. That's the word. Mechas seem commonplace, I'm assuming, in this, story. Okay. There's apparently, it sounds like a war going on, and our character doesn't really care about it, sounds like. They just want to have fun. Which, I mean... It is mechas.
それだけあれば十分
More than enough time.
各種アクチュエーター
Actuators all green.
全て正常
Gyro sensor,
Gyro
auto
sensor,
balancer, both functioning
オートバランサー
correctly.
チェック9番から
Skip
16
checks
番
from
ま
number
で
9 to number 16.
おいおい大丈夫
Wait, are you sure?
見くびらないでもらえ
Can you
ます
just
か
trust me for once? Who do you think I
僕は誰だ
am?
と思ってるんです
ああ悪かったよ
Forgive me, oh young one.
はい次
Alright, next, activate DG297.
I might turn on voices. Yeah, I'm probably gonna do that. Ooh. Laser
起
energy
動し
link.
ました
Yeah, I'm actually gonna go ahead and turn down voices. I'm not gonna turn them off. I don't know why, but I've never felt like I should turn off audio. At the very least, I want to just make it quieter than my voice. Yeah, that should be good. Yeah. Yeah.
Activated.
レーザースキャナー
Left and right laser
左右
scanners,
とも
all
に
green.
異常なし
周辺マップ
Now loading perimeter map.
3メートル
3
5
meters,
メートル
5 meters,
7
7
メー
meters,
トル
10 meters,
10メートル
15
15メ
meters,
ートル
20
20 メ
meters.
ートル
Maximum range.
地形
Topographical assessment AI functioning properly. No problem. Everything's fine.
カメラテストどうぞ
Camera test time. Go nuts.
Alright.
360度カメラ
Testing 360 degree camera. Kai, did you fasten your seatbelt?
もちろん
Of course.
シート固定解除
Seat lock release.
くる
I
く
just
る
have to spin
回れば
around,
いいよ
right?
ね
Ooh. Speam.
カメラ連動
Camera link confirming.
目が回る
Damn, I'm getting dizzy.
こっちもモニタで
I confirmed on the monitor too.
座標固定した
Coordinate anchor on standby. Okay?
ちょい待ち
Just a sec.
調
Now
整
it's aligned.
完了
Adjustments
Yo.
complete. Go ahead.
座標固
The
定
coordinate anchor has arrived.
What was that
その
face?
変な言葉遣
Would
い
you mind not using such weird expressions? That's what I was gonna say. You scaring me, girl.
だだ
I refuse.
Oh, Oh, so that's the kind of character you're gonna be, aren't you?
はいはい
Okay, okay, no fighting.
よし
Alright, all checks complete.
本日
Ooh, hello, new person.
And now for today's weather report, February 28th, 2020.
They got everything wrong.
アイリ
Irie!
鹿児島県種子島
Tanegashima and Yakushima. Kagoshima Prefecture. Northeast winds, mildly strong south winds expected later today. Clear skies.
波の高さ
Wave height, 1.5 meters. Air temperature, high of 14 degrees Celsius, low of 10 degrees Celsius. Chance of precipitation, 10%.
10%となっています天気予報
That's all for today's weather report.
貴重な情報どう
I appreciate the valuable information.
No problem.
これで
That's everyone in the Robotics Club, right?
したね
Ah, the Robotics Club.
できれば
I at least wanted to do a walking test if possible.
そんな暇はないから
But since we don't have time for that, we're going into this unrehearsed. You're still up for this?
最初から分かってたこと
Please,
で
we
しょ
knew that was the case from the start.
今さらノーゴーだなんて
Don't go and call things off now.
コンディション
Condition all green. The final call is a go.
今回
Kai,
必ず
let's come back
戻
together,
ってこようね
no matter what.
Now then, this is where my game starts.
だって俺は
After all,
英雄でもなく
I'm no hero.
軍人でもなく
I'm no soldier.
ロボットアニメの主
I'm
人
not the
公
protagonist of some mecha anime either.
格闘ゲーマーなん
I'm
だ
just a fighting game player.
頑張れる
Ganbara, launch! Gunvattle. Science Adventure Project number 3. Robotics Notes. Oop. All about dreams, hope, and romantic ideals. Phase 1. Chromosphere Inductor. Iruo Update version 2.31. What? Why'd I just get updated? Please set date. 2019. Ooh, okay. Little toy mecha.
はいアップデート終わり
And update complete. Kaito, I guess that's our character's name.
どこら辺が変わったのか
Not that I have a
さっぱりわかんない
clue what's changed. Checking voice recognition, please say something to the screen. Yeah.
俺の名前はヤシオ
My name is Yashio Kaito,
中央種子島
general course student in class 3-2 at Chuo Tanegashima High, assigned seat number 26. My grades are mediocre at best.
部活はロボット
As for
研究
club
部に
activities,
所属して
I
ます
belong
よ
to the Robotics
一応ね
Research Club. Kind of. Tanegashi Machine 3 and Robotics Club Equipment 2. Interesting. You know, I should probably look at, is this what I'm... Nope, not that. Help. Aha, here we go. Is there any interesting things... Drag map... There's a map? Move camera, Pokecom, middle click. Okay. Cancel, back, system menu, in-game only. Skip. Q and control is force skip. Pokecom is ZNC. Okay. I just wanted to check this. And I can't even save the game yet, interestingly.
ロボットのことは詳しくない
Funny, considering I don't know jack about robots.
得意分野は何を
Actually, my real field of expertise is video games. Yo!
ってあれ
Wait, huh? The post-update messages have already disappeared from the screen. Guess I spent too much time yammering. I let out a small sigh and leave the dimly lit robotics research club room. Oh, this is neat. Woo! A refreshing early summer breeze blows by. It's like night and day compared to that hot, cramped room. The moment I step outside, I stop sweating. With a cool breeze washing over my entire body, I take a look at the surrounding scenery with my Pokecom. We usually see a bunch of typhoons around this time of year, but today seems like a nice day. The endless blue sky stretches far and wide. It's already turning the color of summer. It's pretty. This place is about 40 kilometers south of Osumi Peninsula in Kagoshima. I live here in Tanegashima, right next to Yakushima, famous for being a World Heritage Site. But to be honest, this island isn't really noteworthy outside of our matchlock rifles and the rocket launch site. Really? Chuo Tanegashima High is right at the center of the island. It's one of the only 2 high schools in the area, actually. Over 10 years ago, there was an anime site here that got popular, but other than that, our school's nothing to write home about. I suppose I'll take it for a test drive now that it's updated.
Kai!
It's then that I hear a voice in the distance calling for me, by my nickname. There are only a handful of people who call me that. Looks like our beloved club president has returned. Perfect timing. I'll just lock on to her with my Pokecom. Yo! Johnny... wait, hang on. I just got 2 new tips. I got a lot more than 2 new tips. Hang on. Studying. I hated achievement. Thank game. Ojari Musei means welcome in the Tanegashima dialect. Banner featuring this phrase welcome visitors at the Tanegashima airport. Actuator, a component of machine that causes the machine to move or work. And a robot, the actuator is the driving force. Electric motors, internal combustion engines, hydraulics, or other similar devices are all actuators. Gyro sensor to measure rotating angular velocity. It is often employed in robots to correct posture and prevent falling. AR, augmented reality, yeah. Gunvarl, short for Mobile Battler Gunvarl. A 3-part anime series that aired from 2012 to 2015. The show features a total of 155 episodes, which were then released across 39 volumes on Blu-ray. As of 2019, it remains as the last mecha anime produced in Japan. The program took quite a unique approach to marketing, broadcasting in 110 countries before releasing in Japan, causing a boom to occur in those countries far before it did in Japan. 4 years have passed since the show's conclusion, but it is still praised around the world as a god-tier anime. Many fans claim that no anime will ever surpass it, which is why no mecha anime has been made since its completion. Like most mecha anime, it was created to target the preteen teenage male demographic, with various toys and other merchandise being produced alongside the series. However, with its rich story steeped in Egyptian mythology and its impressive CGI battles, it became popular enough to receive a theatrical release. The story is about Doto Genki, a 14-year-old boy who pilots a martial arts robot known as a Ka Trooper. A global-scale epic unfolds around him, spanning the past, present, and future. The Season 1 theme song was sung by a gothic punk band known as Phantasm, which had a fairly large cult following at the time. First of all, why is there so little space at the bottom? Like, why is there so much empty space at the bottom? Second off, we're already getting Phantasm mentioned. That's great. It feels like Phantasm is always the thing that's mentioned in, like, every science adventure game. Iruo, a high-resolution global street view application. The application database is updated in real time via live images and videos uploaded directly from each user's Pokecom camera viewfinder. As well as this, users can apply geotags to the surrounding area to be shared with other users, also in real time. The application is equipped with a variety of functions such as motion tracking, augmented reality, image recognition, and location-based services. The augmented reality technology is compatible with 3D images, allowing the user to place various annotations on not just the background, but on 3D objects as well. Currently, it comes pre-installed with nearly 80% of all Pokecoms sold, and is said to host more than 200 million active users worldwide. It was developed in 2010 by the Japanese company Happiness for You Co. Ltd. Okay. I just want to see. AI. Chuo Tanegashima High School. Ow. A public high school located in Nakatane, a Kumage district, Kagoshima Prefecture. Chuo Tanegashima High was founded in 2008, but the school itself had existed before that under a different name. It is one of only 2 high schools in Tanegashima, attended mainly by children who live on the south side of the island. It is a co-educational school that provides both general education and courses that specialize in data processing. As of April 2019, the school has a total of 278 students. Interesting. Pokecom. A tablet-styled mobile device with a 7-inch high-definition screen. Its official name is Phone Droid, but it's known colloquially in Japan as Pokecom, despite having nothing to do with the pocket computer that was released in the 1980s. Beginning in 2012, the Pokecom exploded in popularity on a global scale before eventually replacing the cell phones of the 2000s. The latest model runs PhoneDroid OS 4.2 and offers multiple applications such as video calling, an internet browser, TV, games, microblogging apps, and a camera. There are over 3 billion users worldwide. Excuse me. Already read that. Tanegashima, an island located about 40 kilometers south of Osumi Peninsula and 20 kilometers west of Yakushima. Has an area of about 445 square kilometers, a subtropical climate, and an average annual temperature of 19 degrees Celsius. It's the 10th largest island of Japan. Osumi Peninsula. A peninsula located in Kagoshima Prefecture just south of Kyushu. An easy way to remember its location is that on a map of Japan, the Satsuma Peninsula is on the west bank, and the Osumi Peninsula is on the east bank, and Sakurajima is right in the middle. Yakushima, an island located in southern Kagoshima Prefecture about 60 kilometers south of the Osumi Peninsula, and 20 kilometers west of Tanegashima. It has an area of about 504 square kilometers, and the climate is subtropical, with an average temperature of 19 degrees Celsius throughout the year. It is the 9th largest island in Japan, and it was registered as a World Heritage Site in 1993. It is also home to Mount Miyamura, which is the tallest mountain in Kyushu, standing at 1,936 meters tall. And matchlock gun, which is loaded by filling the muzzle up with a bullet and gunpowder and then fired by lighting a fuse. In 1543, it was introduced by the Portuguese that washed ashore on Tanegashima. Near the end of the Sengoku period of 1467 to 1568 CE, the use of the rifle spread dramatically until Japan became the world's largest gun-possessing country at the time. Now I can save the game. Now, I am also using the guide provided by the Committee of Zero. Like, where I got the Committee of Zero patch, it always comes with guides for each of the games that it has patches for. And I am, just like the other times, I'm using the guide that it recommends for this game. And it seems that this game, the chapters are called phases, it seems, so... Apparently, it'll only really become relevant for me to be looking at the guide. I think it said once I get to around chapter 4 or 5. So for now, we should be fine, but once I get to like chapters 4 and 5, then I need to start looking at the guide for making sure I go through what it recommends as the best order. Anyways, Sinomiya Akiho shows up at just the right moment, so I capture her with the screen of my Pokecom. She's in the same grade as me, and we've been inseparable ever since we were kids. We go by the nicknames Kai and Aki-chan.
Are you playing games again?
I'm not playing anything. Iruo got updated, so I was testing it out. Aki-chan, how do you feel about cat ears? I boot up cat ear mode from among the app icons in Iruo. What the? Meow meow. This thing's pretty awesome. Not only does it add cat ears to her head, but it also gives her a maid outfit. What is it?
You're as carefree as ever, Kai.
Kai is me, of course. Short for Kaito. Akio lets outside and takes a sip from the bottle in her hand.
It's hard times like this when we gotta join forces and stick it out together.
These are hard times.
Heck yeah, they are. Can't you tell?
No, because you're wearing a cat outfit. Akio points toward the Robotics club room. What about it? The club room sits next to the soccer club equipment storehouse. Something tells me that this tiny shed of ours was never meant to be used as an actual club room. Our space has 2 rooms, but one is used for storage, so the only one that can fit actual people is the left room. That said, it's way too cramped with 2 people inside. Try and relax there, I dare you. Even worse, we only have a single lamp and there's no AC. It's too cold in the winter and too hot every other season. If hard times refers to being forced to spend time in the club room, then I totally get why Akio would say that. But hey, at least the lawn is pretty comfy. On days when it's not raining anyway.
That's not the issue.
Cat Akio heads dejectedly into the club room after hearing my response. Yeah, it's gone. She sits on one of the only 2 stools in the room and takes another sip of her soda. As I enter, sweat beads form on my forehead. Summer's only just started. Thinking of what it'll be like in here when it really gets going horrifies me. We're back to this. Did you go see the vice principal again?
I did, but she was in a meeting, so I didn't get to talk to her. Again.
It feels like I should be able to interact with those, can't I? Part of me feels like I should be able to click on those, these words on the side here.
I did, but she was in a meeting, so I didn't get to talk to her. Again. She's way too busy.
Are you sure she isn't just avoiding you? As soon as the school year started, the Robotics Club had its budget annihilated. As president, Akio's been doggedly negotiating for club funds, but I can tell they aren't taking her seriously. That said, the fault probably lies in Akio for demanding an absurd 10-fold increase last year. Is that... Am I going crazy? Okay, no. I was... Okay. Let me tell you what I was just experiencing. I could have sworn that... I thought my monitor had, like, a weird line on it. Like, I thought that my monitor was, like, cracked or, like, breaking. And I was like, what is this? Do I need to start looking for a new monitor? No. I look at the OBS on my other monitor, because I have two monitors. I look at OBS on my other monitor, and it shows the exact same line on Aki's face. Look at where her mouth is whenever she turns to right there. You see it right on top of her mouth. There's like that dark line. I don't know if you can see it on your screen, but I can definitely see it on mine, and it's from the game, it seems. That's weird. That's very weird. Must be rough being the club president. I gotta deal with all sorts of things.
It's hard work, but it's pretty fulfilling.
Akio smiles grimly and thrusts her fist into the air.
Meow. I'd be lying if I said I'm not getting impatient, though.
Atta girl.
You're acting like you aren't involved in this, Kai. You and I are the only two left in the Robotics Club, so would it kill you to act like it?
The Chuo Tanegashima High Robotics Research Club, also known as the Robotics Club. Its history goes 9 years back. It all started with a girl named Shinomiya Misaki, a first-year student at the time. Yep, that's right. She's the older sister of the girl pounding right in front of me. Now, I call her Misani. Huh. She founded the Robotics Research Association, and a year later, it officially became a club in recognition of its achievements. In its golden days, it had nearly 20 members, even one Robo 1 8 years ago, which had a hobby robot tournament held in Tokyo. What is that? First off, cat ear mode, an Iruo exclusive free application. When launched, it automatically recognizes the person currently on the screen and places AR cat ears on them. Now, and it also displays a pink AR maid outfit as an added bonus. Yeah, thank you. Hobby robot, a type of robot approximately 30 centimeters in height that began production in the 2000s. The term mainly refers to autonomous or remotely operated bipedal robots. They were first sold as inexpensive DIY models, and due to computers becoming widespread at around the same time, it made it much easier to program their movements. The robots gradually spread to the general public over time, but their popularity exploded to the latter half in the 2010s. That was then, but now the club is on thin ice. If that wasn't obvious from our club room and our total of 2 members. Well, sure, but come on. You know I don't really care about robots.
I know. I've been trying to brainwash you since forever, but it still hasn't worked.
When Akio says brainwash, she just means her efforts to get me to watch all kinds of mech anime. I hope. If anything, her doing it non-stop since elementary school has had the opposite effect. I don't want to touch this stuff. While your enthusiasm is great and all, you should realize that your efforts are pointless. Damn. Thanks, Kaido.
Huh? They are.
They are. The fact that there have been 0 new club members in 2 years in a row is evidence of that.
Ah, I see.
Until a few years ago, it was a fairly prestigious club, but its rep is so incredibly low now that people just call it worthless and move on. Which is ironic, considering the world is going through a robot boom. Until last year, the tech prep room in the main building was our home. It had issues, such as it getting no sunlight at all, but it was way better than this.
But listen, Kai, it's just like that person always said.
Akio quickly puts on her red framed glasses. By the way, the glasses are just for show.
Not yet. This won't end yet.
That person she's referring to is a character from a super famous mech anime. He doesn't actually exist. Thank you, Aki.
無駄に前も
You're as ridiculously optimistic as ever, Aki-chan.
Really? Then maybe you should learn from me. And by the way, can you please not put cat ears on me without asking?
Sinomiya Akio. Aw, come on, it's cute. Meow meow.
I'm going to get mad. Delete that app.
Don't know why she's ordering me around, but fine. I was getting kind of tired of the thing anyway. Plus, it was free. I'll live. I turned cat ear mode off and delete from the Pokecom. It was silly. Can I not be a little goofy? I leave the club room behind me and sit down in the shade of a nearby tree. This is my special after-school spot. Way more comfortable than the club room, as long as it's not raining. It's part of my daily routine to sit here and game. Now that the Iruo update is finished, it's about time I get started. Whoa. I whip out the Pokecom and boot up Kill Ballad from the apps. Let's look at what that is. Kill Ballad. Mobile Battler Gunravel Kill Ballad Online, or Kill Ballad KB for short. An online first-person mecha fighting game released in August of 2017 for the phone Droid OS. Planning and development was done by Frau Kojiro Factory, an independent manufacturer. Interesting.
キルバラ起動
Kill Ballad. Start. Yup.
リーダーボード
I wonder what the leaderboards are looking like. First thing I always do after starting up Kill Ballad is check the leaderboards.
や
Oh, come on. As usual, I can't help but sigh. For the record, my count is Umisho. In other words, I'm ranked fifth place in the world right now. Nice, that's pretty cool. Apparently, Kill Ballad has about 20 million active users worldwide, so being number 5 is pretty amazing if I do say so myself. The top hasn't changed for about half a year. I've got my sets on the top, so that sucks that I can't seem to manage to topple those 4. As you can see, Kill Ballad is a fighting game based on Gunvarl. It's part of the worldwide robot boom I mentioned earlier. Plus, it's based on a legendary mech anime, a huge hit that's worshipped as a godly masterpiece around the world to this very day. The game was released on the Pokecom, platform everyone owns. It's an indie game, but its combat is crazy deep. These qualities helped Kill Ballad become a huge success that's been downloaded 50 million times worldwide. That's KB. Honestly, because of Akio, I have no interest in Gunvarl. I'm just addicted to Kill Ballad as a game. There are even lots of students who play it at my school. And yet nobody even bats an eye at our little club. Pretty sad. Oh well. Network play. Gunvarl Umisho. Matching complete. Frau Kujiro.
お
Whoa. I recognize the handle name of the player I'm matched against. Frau Kojiro. This is the creator of Kill Ballad. They're a genius programmer shrouded in complete mystery. All anybody knows is that they created Kill Ballad. This is my first time getting matched with them. That said, I heard rumors that the game's creator was playing online, so I guess they were true.
作者と
To face the creator head-to-head is like this is an honor. It's starting to get hyped. I correct my sitting posture and focus. Show me your moves. KB doesn't use a stick for command inputs. Instead, it opts to use a combo system that involves time button presses in quick succession. Do I actually need to play this? Like, am I actually doing this? Special commands will come from the right side of the screen. Please press command buttons within the time limit to activate your special move. Inputs remaining X, O, square, triangle, X, triangle. I'm going to save in case, because those are not keyboard. Essentially, as long as there's no misinputs and as long as you land the first hit, the rest of the combo will connect. That said, the timing for certain combos can be pretty tight, so you need a good eye. And it's not like your opponent is just going to sit around and let you land a hit. Once you enter the top 10 worldwide, battles mostly become about reading your opponent's moves. Getting countered and subsequently stomped before you can even react is the norm. Reading your opponent and countering counters is key. In fighting games, it's all about choices made down to a single frame. You have to read your opponent's moves and make the right choice on how to act. That's what determines who wins and loses. Of course, that's not everything. You have to consider the character matchup, the difference in stats, lag, as well as several other factors, but mastery down to a single frame, that's the height of skill for a fighting game player. I say that, but it's probably physically impossible to distinguish individual frames by eye. Either way, you have to be watching your opponent at all times. Casual advances, retreats, and even crouching are all parts of the puzzle. You have to be able to read into that. The second you take your eyes off the opponent, they'll strike at that very opening. You can never let your guard down. It's also important to be able to make out a player's habits. Being able to see patterns faster changes your accuracy. By the way, I'm not trying to brag, but my reaction speed is pretty damn good. I think I average about 4 frames when reacting by sight. When I'm on the offensive, I can squeeze out 4 moves within 8 frames. That's about my average. When I'm in the zone, I can deduce the winning option within those 8 frames. Theoretically, I've got 4 options available to me, 2 of which are textbook. One is about getting a super hard read on the opponent to create an opening, the other utilizes an extremely difficult combo, my flashiest one, to confuse them. I pick one of my 4 patterns depending on the situation. My flashiest combo looks cool, but has no real practical use. But top players gotta show off sometimes, right? Feels good too. Regardless, as long as I have 8 frames, I can crush any technique that comes my way. If I see it coming, that is. Like I explained earlier, a real fight about reads. That means stuff doesn't always go according to plan. Anyway, let's get this party started. Hey there, it's an honor to meet you. Don't go too hard on me. Hello? I guess I don't use VC. Voice chat. Frame, basic unit of time in fighting games. 1 frame typically responds to 1/60th of a second. Yep. Voice chat, yep. I'm not actually fighting this, am I? Huh? Their attacks are pretty basic. They're playing by the books, and that's just no fun. It's too easy to come up with countermeasures. Maybe that's the downside of being a creator. I'm being a bit of a dick. I gotta use the controller for this. Fight back. You win. That's that. Well played. You have a good read on the specifics of the game. I'd expect nothing less from the creator. However, your attacks were way too orthodox. You were too easy to read. It also ended up being a benefit to me that we both use the same robot. Oh? They sent me a message even though they were ignoring me in VC. What's the deal? I should open it. Sorry for the sudden message, lol. I sent you a message because I never use voice chat. I hate to say this, but people suspect you might be using cheats. Umi Shoshi. Lil Blurry told me your reaction time seems physically impossible, or at least that's what the person who reported you said, lol. If you have anything to say about the authenticity of this claim, tell me blocks. What the hell is this? Me? Use cheats? Like hell. What a load of shit. As a fine game player, being suspected of cheating is the ultimate blow to my pride. Get the hell out of here. I do not cheat. I log off without replying to the message. That's probably a bad idea. Who made up such a stupid lie and report me for cheating? I'm really pissed off now. If Frau Kojiro is the creator, they can just check my account and sell this that way. They won't find a thing. Hell, the people ranked above me are way more suspicious if we're talking cheaters. I'm not being jealous, I swear. After finding them countless times, I've got a feel for how they move and play. That's why I'm so confident in my assertion. I can tell whether someone's cheating or not only after 3 matches. But this is turning into a bit of a rant. I need to stop while I'm ahead. I look up from the screen, stretch, and put away my Pokecom. Oh, we got a bunch of new, we got cheat, video game terminology, and modify game data using game-altering tools. In recent years, many video games have been equipped with cheats intentionally by the developers. Secret commands are one type of cheat code. Diluo map. Map application for the phone Droid OS. It is able to sync with GPS in Iruo. Tweepo. This again. I don't have much to do, so I stare out the scenery. The leaves rustle above my head. There are no students on the courtyard lawn or in the informatics classroom nearby. As for the sports club, they've gone to practice at the Nakatane Central Athletic Park, which is about 20 minutes away from here. All I can hear are the cries of crows and other small birds, as well as the gentle sound of plants rustling in the cool breeze. The school's quiet after hours. It's almost as though the flow of time has stopped. Or that this place has been left behind by time itself. Maybe it's not just a school. Maybe the entire island has been left behind. Who knew I could be so girly?
What are you talking about?
Akio exits the club room and walks over to me. Guess she heard me talking to myself. I can put away my controller now. I don't know. I just had this kind of listless feeling like this place had been left behind by time or something.
Ooh, how philosophical of you.
Don't look at me with such respect. In other words, I was just wondering what to do now.
What to do now? Shouldn't it be obvious?
Akio points her finger up to the sky.
We gotta do whatever it takes to get a nice club budget and then complete Gun Build 1 within the year.
In April, Akio made an important declaration. Her words, not mine. As president. Of course, I was the only one who heard it. The plan is to complete Convaro Prototype Model 1, Gun Build 1, within the year, before we graduate. And so, she demanded a tenfold increase to our budget out of nowhere. The vice president, flipped out and banished us here. No, that's not what I'm trying to say. We're already in our third year. Hell, we graduate in less than a year. I was wondering what comes after that. There are no colleges here. If you want to go to one, you're forced to leave the island. As for work, going off island is the only choice. I lived here my whole life. Left for vacations and whatnot, but I've never lived off island. It's not that I have a particular desire to leave the island, it's more of a fake sense of anxiety about being forced to leave.
I've never really given it much thought.
Even though it's already June.
Right now, I'm completely focused on Gunbarrel.
You make it sound like there was a time when you weren't. Akio truly loves robots. If you focus too much on that, it'll be too late and you're gonna have to wait another year to go to college. It's not like our lives are coming to an end once that robot is finished. We still got a ways ahead of us. Completing the robot doesn't mean we all live happily ever after, roll credits. We've got normal lives to live.
Well, it'll all work out. And why are we even talking about something so boring?
I guess you've got a point.
I think you should dream more. Follow the star of hope. Wanna go for a run?
Where to?
Into sunset.
You just want to run, don't you? And the sun isn't even setting yet.
It's about the feeling.
Aki-chan, sometimes you're way too much of a positive thinker.
That's not it. It's just as long as you don't give up, you can make your wishes come true.
That's what people refer to as positive thinking, Aki-chan. Don't forget that the results of the match are sometimes determined before it even starts, thanks to character stats. It means you're slow. It's a fighting game thing. So it's entirely true that I've done no prep when it comes to anything beyond high school. I blame it on the illusion that time has stopped on the island. It just makes you forget about the future entirely. You end up thinking about that things will just go on like this forever. I don't mean that in the sense that I hope these perfect days will never end or whatever. When time stops, so too does your ability to think. And yet, even when you realize this is the case, it's still a pain in the ass to try and think about what comes next. In the end, as long as I can keep gaming, I don't really care what happens. That's how I continue putting everything off. That feels too real. Akio stretches out as though she's putting a period on the conversation.
Anyway, I'm thinking about heading to the hangar for maintenance.
If I can do buttons correctly. Yeah, that should have been obvious. The Robotics Club has its own hangar. The dream that Akio and the Robotics Club have been working on is stored there. Do your best, Madam President.
Kai, you're coming too.
Oh, I am? Am I? Then you know the deal.
That again.
Of course. How many times have I told you? If you wanted me to do something, you have to beat me in a match.
勝負に勝ってもらわないと
I quickly whip out my Pokecom and take
切
position.
る払い一本
One round kill ballad. You game? Akio replies unenthusiastically and takes out her Pokecom in resignation.
うちが勝ったら
If I win, you really have to do what I say.
勝てたら
If you win, but I doubt it, seeing as you're 0-10. 0-10 are odds of winning. There's a 0% chance that Akio wins and a 100% chance that I walk away the victor. I chuckled myself and boot up Kill Ballad. You're gonna be banned. Versus Akipo.
少しは腕上がる
Let's see if you've improved any.
手加減な
No holding back.
振って負けたら
If I lose, that's 400 times in a row. Anything but that.
数字的
I'm pretty sure you're fudging the numbers. I've won way more times than that. You suck.
ああそう
Oh, so that's your strat, huh?
I messed up.
あきちゃん
I personally recommend calming down, Aki-chan. Easy. Back. You win.
はい俺の
And I win.
あきちゃん相変わら
Weak as always, Aki-chan.
You big jerk.
あちょっ
What? Hey!
Agio suddenly starts ruffling my hair with both her hands. She's always been like this. Whenever she gets too frustrated, she messes up my hair. What did my hair ever do to her? Let go of my hair.
You never go easy on me.
とやって
Who was it that said no holding back? Plus, my fighting game philosophy is always go all out no matter who I'm facing. I watch with a wry smile as Akio stands up and storms off into the distance. Old Tanegashima Airport. Whenever I come here, I can feel my spirits being lifted pretty much immediately. Makes me want to run around like a little puppy, to be honest. A heroic piece of music starts playing in my mind. If I'm not careful, I'll start humming it aloud. The old Tanegashima Airport. It's about a 10-minute walk from school. It was closed down and banned Wait, is this from... Wait, is this from... Aki's perspective? It was closed down and abandoned 13 years ago, so nobody visits it now. It hasn't been maintained for years, so the asphalt is cracked and the weeds have moved in like they own the joint. While spacious, there's not much here, which means no electricity either. Since the area is flat, the wind is super strong, so before it's hold... Okay, this is... Okay, that's interesting. I mean, it's not the first time in this series that, like, you see from all different perspectives. But I feel like this is, like, the first time in this series where it's this early.
While spacious, there's not much here, which means no electricity either. Since the area's flat, the wind is super strong, so I'm forced to hold my skirt down. Still, it's a perfect environment for the Robotics Club hangar. Ordinary high school students would never be able to acquire such a wide, flat piece of land like this, especially one that no one ever visits. The airport apron in front of my eyes is about the size of the sports grounds, and an even longer runway continues past it. From end to end, it's about 1,600 meters long. It takes around 30 minutes to walk the whole way. It's also several times wider than a standard road. I can't get enough of this feeling of spaciousness and freedom. It's one you just can't get on an ordinary road. It seems like it seems like we're gonna have two main characters that we follow throughout the story. At the very, that's what it feels like, sort of. Feels like we're gonna have Kaito and Akio kind of be the main characters. Right now, Kai's lying down outstretched in the middle of the runway, Pokecom in hand.
またゲーム
Is he gaming again? After I lost him pretty badly in our kill ballad match, Kai decided to slack off like no man has ever slacked off before. But you know what? He still came with me instead of going home, so I can't be too mad. He's just shy as all. I put those thoughts aside and take out the key out of my skirt pocket.
I'm gonna be honest with you, the thing that interests me the most is that skirts have pockets? I thought I was always infamous that women had no pockets for some reason. Which seems... That just seems sucky that you can't have pockets. I guess it makes sense. Maybe I'm stupid. I just never heard of pockets on skirt of all things. But again, maybe I'm the dumb one.
Robotics Club hangar is at the edge of the airport apron. It was originally a parking garage for vehicles used to refuel fire trucks and aircrafts. You might ask, why are we using an abandoned airport's parking garage as a hangar? Patience. The reason is inside the building. Open hatch.
It's gonna be a big old mech.
I say that myself as I raise the shutters and step inside. It's so dusty in here, it's making me cough. With no windows to be found, it's fairly dark. Enshrined in the center of that dark space is the crystallization of the Robotics Club's sweat and tears. The life-size Gunvaro Prototype Model 1. Nickname Gun Build 1. When the Robotics Club was first founded 8 years ago, this was its greatest goal. Its dream. A project to build the giant robot of justice, Gunvaro, at life size. Also known as the Gun Build Project. He's still incomplete, so the upper and lower parts are kept apart, but he'll stand over 10 meters tall when completed. The final goal is to have someone right inside and pilot it. The club has been chipping away at this for 8 years. Though to be perfectly honest, it hasn't moved even once yet. One of the reasons it's taken so long is because high school clubs don't get much in the way of funding. Even then, I have a lot of respect for our founder having the foresight to build a giant robot before the robot boom even started. I say that, but the founding member and creator of the Gun Build 1 blueprints is none other than my older sister. She's got serious negotiating skills. When she founded the Robotics Club, she also managed to acquire special permission to use this old airport.
What kind of charisma does your sister have? Jesus Christ. How can you negotiate the use of an airport?
She even negotiated with the small workshops around the island so that she could get their scraps for free. Heck, she even convinced Joxa themselves to donate the parts they didn't need anymore. It's thanks to her that the Robotics Club is still using the old airport hangar and working on Gun Build 1 to this day. All around the world, huge companies are funding giant robot developments. They obviously have deeper pockets than us. Compared to their robots, Gun Build 1 must be a shabby, janky, underpowered piece of junk. But I refuse to stop working on him. There's no way I can stop halfway through. I want to complete him. This is a dream I inherited from the original members of the Robotics Club. My sister's dream. Speaking of Big Sis, she currently works at a company in Tokyo. She doesn't live on the island anymore. The current, and maybe even last, president of the Robotics Club is none other than me, her little sister. There's gotta be some sort of meaning to all this. Maybe this is fate. It has to be. No matter what you do, you'll always be average, Aki. Without thinking, I squeeze my chest tightly. The inside of my chest feels tight. I feel like throwing up. I shake my head and slap my cheeks with my hands. Damn. Our barrage is too weak. What are you doing? I clench both my fists and psych myself up. I pull a can of oil from a shelf in the corner and pour it into an oiler. Even though Gun Build 1 has never actually moved on his own, I still can't slack on maintenance. In fact, without exception, I bet past club members would all say that our main activity is maintenance, not building. You can't build something without parts. And we rarely get any of those. That's why there's been such little progress on that end. So in light of that, we kill time doing maintenance. Since Kai and I are the only remaining members of the Robotics Club, it falls on me to do all the maintenance myself. Once a month, I spend about an hour chipping away at the task alone. While working, I'm free from unnecessary thoughts. I just want to finish this darn machine as soon as possible. Even impatient stuff like that is blown away, so I honestly don't mind this kind of work. Well, let's get to it. With oiler in hand, I crawl into one of the shins of the lower portion of Gun Build 1. It's about 1.2 meters high. From that height, I can see Kai lying down on the runway. Help me out. This is not a warning. If you resist, I'll shoot. I hold the oiler like a gun and aim it at Kai. Special attack! Gunvolt on striker! I thrust out my fist. Of course, the runway is several hundred meters away, so there's no way Kai's going to react. Futile indeed. I undo my pose. I crawl into the knee of the Gun Build 1 and pour oil through the joint onto the cam of the servo motor.
Oh no, I just had this kind of listless feeling. Like this place had been left behind by time or something.
I recall what Kai said earlier. Left behind, huh? I never thought I'd hear words like that from Kai, the guy who usually just games without worrying the world. But quite frankly, I don't really get complicated stuff like that. And it's not like I have the time to stop and think. This oversized child of mine, I need to complete Gun Build 1 no matter what. If I don't finish him by graduation, there'll be no Robotics Club members left to inherit the task of finishing him. That's why I need to complete Gun Build 1 with my own 2 hands, using the 6 months I have left. That's what it is to be young. I admire the words of a certain someone in red, who I admire, and continued pouring oil.
I'm seeing more tips. Gunful Ankh Striker. Special move used in the anime Mobile Battle Gunvarl by protagonist Dodo Genki while he's piloting Gunvarl. The Ankh is a unique cross-shaped illustration that was used in ancient Egypt. It is a rocket punch type move with flames coming together to form the Ankh shape around the fist. It is mainly used as a flashy finishing move in Season 1. Servo motor. A motor mainly used in machine tools, industrial robots, models, remote control machines, etc. Servo motors are capable of continuously checking for their own operation status in response to commands received from the servo drive, which acts as the control device, and using this information, the motor can automatically adjust for errors. Servo is derived from the Latin word for Well, that's an interesting... I didn't know that. That's an interesting tidbit. Jesus Christ. Gun Build Project, fictional. The Let's Build a Life-Size Gunvarl Project, or Gun Build Project for short. The ultimate goal of the reason why the Chuo Tanegashima High Robotics Club exists. The project was created by Sinomiya Misaki, who was a second-year student at the time. The Old Tanegashima Airport, an airport that opened in 1958 featuring a 1,500-meter-long runway. On March 16, 2006, the airport was discontinued due to the opening of the new Tanegashima Airport, Cosmoport Tanegashima. Nowadays, the old airport is completely abandoned. Interesting. I raise my eyes from my Pokecom and see that the sky is darkened. This feels kind of intimidating to look at, I'll be honest with you. I slowly rise up. I was too engrossed and didn't notice how much time had passed. My head's kind of hazy. Guess my mind's still in the game. Those subtle screen shakes and that pseudo-heaviness when you punch in an input are what I'm all about. Since I had been lying on the hard ground, my back hurts. I wonder if Akio is still doing maintenance. I peek into the hangar, but I don't see any sign of her. Something tells me she's here, though. Something around the bomb portion of the robot, right below the knee. Akio, armed with the penlight, had crawled under the tight space beneath the robot and is doing some sort of work. Doing maintenance?
Hey, don't peek under here from over there.
Because I'll see her.
I'll get mad if you do.
A crouching heavy kick. She's full of openings, so I can guard, counter, and then combo for her for 1/4 of her HP. Hey, Aki-chan, I know I always say this, but I really think you should stop doing work in your uniform. Yeah. First of all, you're getting all dirty. Look at you. It's all ruined. It's gross. Akio stores an old t-shirt and shorts in the club room that she could use for messy jobs, but she barely uses them.
I forget them in the club room.
She went to the trouble of having work clothes ready, yet she always forgets them in the club room.
Plus, I have nowhere to change. It's not like anyone but me works here, so whatever.
Akio keeps moving her hands as she makes excuses for herself. Is that a subtle jab at the fact that I don't help? Oil stains are tough to wash out.
I don't mind. They're like badges of honor.
Huh. There really is something off about you, Aki-chan. There aren't many high school girls who would say that.
And that's... that.
Looks like she's finished. Akio comes crawling out. She brushes off her dirty uniform with her hands.
Checks are done.
Brad. She tucks away her penlight. She was probably just checking to make sure everything is still in order.
So, what's so off about me?
There aren't many high school girls who would refer to oil stains as badges of honor.
Come on, you make it sound like a bad thing. Not that I'm aware of it.
自覚はあるけど
I gotta hand to you. It's pretty amazing that you admit you're weird.
カイも自分を
And you wouldn't admit that about yourself, Kai.
My gaming skills are abnormal, but I think I'm pretty ordinary in every other way.
ゲームしか
Oh, please, you're already a pretty big weirdo considering all you care about is gaming.
It says the only person who cares about robots. Despite the self-deprecation, Akio's eyes are twinkling as she grasps my hand. Perfect picture of a friendship between two dudes. Her hand is sticky with oil, but she doesn't seem to care in the slightest. Akio then starts nodding like she agrees with herself. After washing our hands, we close the garage shutters and lock up. Since there are no streetlights near the abandoned airport, it turns pitch black at night. Which is precisely why we need to leave before that happens.
そういえば
By the way,
As we walk, Akio suddenly pulls out her Pokecom. The Fink plushie attached to it swings back and forth. Its color has darkened considerably, and it only takes a glance to see it's because of the oil. The Fink? I feel like I've heard that used as an insult somewhere in a game. Was it Fallout related? Combo. Fink, the adorable mascot character from the anime Mobile Bal Gunvarl. Fink's design is based off the Egyptian Sphinx, and much like the Sphinx, he is capable of human speech. A large amount of merchandise of the character has been sold, including stuffed animals, plush drafts, and more. At least it's not the freaking frog! I keep telling her to replace it with a new one, but she seems to have no intention of doing so.
さっき色を見
I was looking at Iruo earlier and saw that the everyday that was being renovated got turned into Alonzo. Alonzo? Wait, really?
本当
Realsies. You'll know when you see it.
Every day is a convenience store near our houses. The only convenience store in Minamitane, actually. They started remodeling about half a year ago, so it's been closed. Did they just turn into a new store? Let's take a look at my Pokecom. I bring up the Diluo map. Sync with Iruo? Yes. I use the virtual view function of any Iruo to look at Minamitane. Sure enough, there's Alonzo.
See?
Open 24 hours, phone number, blah 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 blah. Grand opening event, items available at 10% off through the 25th. It says 10% off.
帰りに寄ってこ
Let's drop on by on the way home.
Okay. The place could be loaded with people right now.
あ
I can just picture the checkout line. Remember how crazy it was when Everyday opened up?
そうだったのあの時
We were just kids back then, weren't we?
生だった確か
I think it was the same year that
年
Anemone...
Akio abruptly stops talking. Anemone. Anemone? Anemone, huh? MF Anemone. Anemone. Mass fainting. Between the waters of Kashima and Tanegashima, passengers on the MF Anemone inexplicably lost consciousness. No fatalities have been reported. Ooh, hang on. What? Ooh, this is odd. But I need something here. How do I get rid of, Ah. At exactly 5 p.m. on September 11th, 2010, and all 110 people riding the 220 capacity MF Anemone collapsed simultaneously, including both passengers and blank. The ferry was... Huh. For some reason, everybody on this one ship just fainted. Now there's an unpleasant name I'd rather forget. So, are you gonna try and negotiate with the vice principal tomorrow too? I intentionally changed the subject. For the last 2 or so weeks, Akio's been heading to the faculty room after school.
待ってるだけじゃ
It's not like waiting around's gonna guess the result.
Ridiculously optimistic as always. I often say those words to Akio. She's always like this. Ridiculously optimistic.
それだけが
That's my only redeeming quality, after all.
Every time Akio returns those words to me, she smiles bashfully.
でカイも
So, you're coming with me, right? Right?
I'm gonna be real late tomorrow thanks to my stomach ache.
It sounds real rough.
大変ですね
Akio laughs in amazement. Whenever we go to the hangar, we keep our scooters parked in the lawn in front of the terminal.
We live in Minamitane, which is on the southern part of the island. School is 15 kilometers away, so commuting by scooter is allowed. I leave the key in. Nobody around here would steal it, and walking around with it would be a pain in the ass. You are going... How much you want to bet this son of a... This man's gonna get his scooter stolen in the story? How much you want to bet? I'm betting nothing, because I think I'm gonna lose somehow.
まっすぐ帰る
Going straight home?
アキちゃんは
You really want to visit the convenience store, don't you?
B コープでもいいよ
I'm fine with a B coop.
要するに
So you just want a snack? But it's almost dinner time.
飯の時間の
Yeah, I know. I'll go straight home.
体調は大丈夫
Are you feeling okay?
うん
Yeah, I'm fine. This is like a ritual before we ride our scooters. I always ask how she feels. If she's not well, we rest. And if she still isn't feeling well after that, we leave the scooters here and go home some other way. She had been involved in a scooter accident once before. Luckily, she got out with minor injuries, but you never know when a fatal one might occur. Straddle my scooter, put on the ugly helmet required by the school, and step out on the kick pedal, starting the engine. Akio puts on the track jacket she left on the scooter handle, slips on the same ugly helmet, and we're ready. Time to head home. It takes around 40 to 50 minutes to get from school to Akio's house. By the time we arrive, the sun is long gone. By the way, my house is really close, not even a minute away by scooter. After parking the scooter in front of her house, Akio takes off her helmet and waves to me.
じゃあねー
Hurry,
タッチ
Kai, Nochio.
ナッチよ
Nochio. This is our unique farewell. In the Tanegashima dialect, it roughly translates to "let's meet again." Misani originally started using it as a code word, so Akio and I picked it up too. To be honest, it's not something that comes naturally. I have to intentionally use it. Only elderly people use that dialect these days. Akio sees me off as I head home. Whee! Cast my gaze up at the night sky. The northern region is steeped in red, almost like it's oozing blood. That's the aurora. It's not quite the same as the famous aurora everyone knows. That's the beautiful one that's kind of shaped like curtains. Apparently an aurora takes on that shade of color at lower latitudes. The sun is abnormally active now, so this has led to the world being able to see aurora since a few years ago. Back then, I mistook it for a wildfire or something in the distance. Honestly, I don't blame you. I probably would have done the same. Now that I'm thinking about wildfires, this is going to be kind of a tangent that's not really fully related, or really at all related. But the word fire reminded me of something. I don't know if I've told the story before, but in case I haven't, let me explain. A long time ago, I used to have a friend that I would always hang out. He would usually we'd usually hang out like every weekend. He would come over, we'd get pizza, and just play video games all the time. And one time we just did that when it was just me and him in the house. We were just playing I think it was Smash Bros. Wii U. Sorry, Smash Bros. Wii U. That's what it was. And I remember it was just me and him in the house, and then suddenly I hear a knocking on the door. So I go downstairs to check it because I'm a stupid kid who probably shouldn't do that, but thankfully it was just our neighbors. Our neighbors that we know pretty well. And they tell me something very interesting, which is, they tell me, hey, you know about the fire going on not that far down the street? It's like, what do you mean there's a fire going on down the street? Apparently, not too far away from my house, the little forest area was on fire. I don't remember how it started. I think it was just a random wildfire. But yeah, it was only when they mentioned it that it's like, I can actually smell smoke now that you mention it. It wasn't anything super dangerous, no houses got caught in it or anything. No houses got destroyed in the fire or anything like that. But it was still why was I so unconcerned with the fire back then? It's it was, I mean, there wasn't really any chance of it spreading to the house that me and my friend were in. There wasn't really any chance of that happening because of, I mean, it was close, but there were so many houses in between and spaced out well enough that's it would have to have been a miracle for it to somehow reach our house. Because again, it was the forest was a ways and there weren't
a row of trees like connecting or anything like that. It would have to burn down through grass and other houses for like 30 other houses before it got to us. So we weren't worried. Like, we knew it was controlled, but at the same time, we probably should have been a little more concerned. It's like, we're just inside playing video games, no one else is home, and suddenly it's like, hey, there's a fire down the street. I've never forgotten about that. I just always found it interesting. Again, nothing came of it. It was just no one got hurt. It was just a wildfire that was thankfully contained. And the only thing that really came of it is that for the next like 2 or 3 days, the whole neighborhood was kind of smoky, like you could see it in the air. And then whenever you drive past like the baseball area in the neighborhood, you can the baseball field. Every time you drive by the baseball field, if you look back into the forest, you can see some of the trees are still look like have the looks of being burned. I just thought that was interesting. Sorry, that was a weird tangent to go on. But no, I'm totally used to seeing it, and I don't really feel one way or the other about it. That color in the sky is just another part of my everyday life. My ordinary, unchanging days. My life on this island repeating endlessly. It's hard to believe it'll all be coming to an end in 6 months. But for now, I'll just focus on getting home and eating dinner. Sky is so blue, it's crystal clear. Day after day of cloudless skies, almost to the point of tedium. Kaido, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but there's a cloud here. Cloudless? No. There's a cloud. That means it's not cloudless. The weather is pretty important around these parts, especially because it tends to rain a lot this time of year. If it's just a light rain, I can wear a raincoat and commute to school by bike, but I'd rather just be nice out. I'm honestly the opposite. I like rain. The wind striking my face is the scent of summer. Or at least that's what it feels like. You know, greenery and stuff. Riding a scooter in the summer is way nicer than during the winter by a long shot. Although I bet that holds true around the world, not just on this island. Akio is driving in front of me, her skirt flapping around the wind. How much do you want to bet that, like, the, Every day I get nervous about accidentally splashing everyone, but her guard is unexpectedly tight. Okay. The summer scooters at the convenience store near the school. What was I gonna say? I don't even remember what I was gonna say. For some reason, that dialogue caught me off guard. What was I gonna say? Oh god, I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say. One might call me a regular here at the Irai or Irai? I'm going with Irai. With the Irai General Store. I'll be going ahead, okay? I lightly waved to Akio in response before entering the store. Welcome! Hug. Exoskeleton Company. What? Nice straw hat, by the way. Exoskeleton Company. Fictional. Exoskeleton Development Co. Ltd. Began as a small company that invented and sold power-assisted suits known as HUGs that focus on medical care and rehabilitation. However, in the late 2010s, they began to focus their attention on the rapidly growing robot boom and quickly grew into a world-famous company as a result. Nowadays, they produce HUGs and other applications not just for nursing and welfare purposes, but for the military, public security, and other similar fields where HUG usage proves beneficial. In 2018, it was ranked the #1 company that Japanese college students wanted to work for. Interesting. Exoskeleton. HUG, short for Helpful Unlimited Gear. A power-assisted suit designed for mobility assistance that was released by Exoskeleton Company. Essentially, the exoskeleton suit is attached to the arms and legs of the human body in order to assist walking. Thanks to the robot boom that began in the late 2010s, the product has gained an extremely strong reputation worldwide. HUGs are supplied not just for nursing and welfare purposes, but for the military, public security, and other similar fields where HUG usage proves beneficial. The use of graphene, an advanced new material whose discoverer won the Nobel Prize in 2010, makes the device significantly lighter and far more durable, yet the material is quite inexpensive, allowing the price of HUGs to remain surprisingly low. This in turn allows for the device to be fairly accessible to the general public, which is the large reason it became such a huge success. By 2015, over 1 million Hug units had been sold, and that number was increased to an astonishing 3 million units sold in 2018. Wow. Aurora. Oh, yeah. Welcome. The girl with the languid attitude sitting at the counter is Ire Mizuka-san. Oh, I see why we're getting that, those tips. Look at her legs. She has like she's using one of the Hugs now. I guess she has problems with her legs. She's the daughter of the store's owner and works here on most weekdays. She's helping with the family business. She was Misa's classmate. In our words, I've known her since I was in elementary school. This older girl who barely even uses makeup has become somewhat of a minor celebrity among students at my high school. With her easygoing personality, she speaks openly and frankly with all the teenagers who drop by here to shop. She was left paralyzed from the waist down in a traffic accident back in college, but thanks to the fancy tech attached to her legs, her Hug, she gets by. The Hug is a power-assisted suit that quietly hit the medical care market in 2010, which was back before the robot boom started. Despite not being a robot, the Hug rode the robot wave and became huge, with over 3 million units sold worldwide. Even on a rural island like this, you occasionally see people walking around with them in town. Hugs even get used for non-medical things. You'll see special features on TV like jogging with Hugs is in and whatnot. I lightly nod my head at Mizuka-san. Yeah, looking beautiful as usual. She herself told me to calm an older girl, so I put her words into practice. Why she gotta be so mean? Grab the usual 2 bottles of fruit sour melon from the drink aisle and bring them to the register. Where's Aki? She went on ahead to school. She's got some nerve ignoring me. High school students aren't rich enough to buy things every day. Doesn't she drink Skull every day? Good point. Next time I see her, I'll make her buy 2. It's okay. You sure you don't want this today? Mizuka-san grins at me and points to the steamer next to the register. It's filled with meat buns, anko buns, and more. I only eat those when I have business. And here I thought you'd just like the taste. Those barf-tastic buns? You gotta be kidding me. Kai, did you just call my food at my store barf-tastic? Did you? So sorry. I try to laugh it off as I hand Mizuka-san the money for my drinks. Alright, give Michi a message for me. She grimaces like she suddenly remembered something. Tell him to hurry up and pick up his protein. Michi ordered protein from here? Why didn't he just have it delivered to his house? How if I know? Either way, he totally forgot his order. The guy hasn't come to pick it up. Under the counter I see 4 protein bags with 5 kilograms written on them. The company probably shipped them by sea. Oh, Michi is Naga Fukada Mitsuhiko's nickname. He's the PE teacher at school and our club advisor. Simple, right? No. Can't you tell him yourself? Just call him or something. Come on, you know I don't have a Pokecom. It's weird for her to boast about that languidly. Mizuka-san is bad with machines. She's always bragging about how the only thing she can use are the register and her Hug stuff. That's not what I mean. Doesn't the store have a landline phone? Too much work. At least you're honest about it. I heard Michi was her classmate and friend, but maybe I'm misremembering. It's okay. Let him know, okay? Thanks. As soon as she's done talking, she opens yesterday's newspaper and starts reading. Guess we're done? She's like a grumpy old man. What terrible customer service. God, she's so scary. I thought Misani was bad, but Mizuka-san is no slouch. Why are the women her age so terrifying? Or maybe those two are just special. Ah, crap. I spent way too much time chatting with Mizuka-san. I need to hurry or I'm gonna end up late. Right. Reach the school gate and turn off the engine. It's a school rule that once you hit the entrance, you gotta turn off your scooter's engine and push it from there. I guess for noise.
Oh,
Yo, good morning. Hurry up. Oh, if it ain't Michi. Perfect timing. Michi's at the gates, greeting students as they arrive. Hey now, Yashio. I'm always telling you, it's Mr. Nagafukade. Got that? Stop calling me Michi. Sir Mr. Nagafukada Mitsuhiko IV Esquire is a... Excuseth the fucketh me? Sir Mr. Nagafukata Mitsuhiko the Fourth Earth Esquire is a graduate of this school and was also the first president of the Robotics Club. Start calling him Michi because Mizuka-san does. The habit then spread to Akio. Mr. Nagafukata. I was just at Mizuka-san's store. She wants you to hurry up and pick up your protein stuff. I totally forgot. I don't have any cash on me today. What should I do? Michi enters panic mode and clings to me. Are you asking You're asking a student to help you pay? Hey, just tell me one thing. Was Irie angry? Probably. Also, don't cling to me like that. You're dripping in sweat. Yeah, I see. Listen, Yashio, let me give you some valuable info. Irie is seriously scared when she's angry. That's all. Yeah, I'm well aware. Michi is basically a delinquent teacher. I like him. Oh, he better brace himself for the wrath of Mizuka-san. Have fun! I sit down in my usual spot in the shade of the tree by the clubroom and gaze up at the sky. After school, Akio went to get the clubroom key from the faculty room, but she hasn't returned yet. It's been a while. It'd be a pain to check the faculty room and even more annoying if she got back while I was gone, so I'll just chill. The sunlight is getting stronger. This single tree in the courtyard is becoming more and more valuable to me. I have nothing to do, so I open web browser. I find the headline about a new hug model in the news column and casually tap on it. Exoskeleton. Hello. The Exoskeleton Company is currently running a campaign to celebrate 3 million Hug Series units sold. During the campaign period, everyone who buys the Hug 06 Karuma introduced today will get 10,000 yen cash back. Much like an automobile or Pokecom, a hug can help make life easier in all kinds of key ways. Karuma does exactly that. Our guiding concept is to create an era where every household owns one. It's easy to put on, take off, and maintain. Plus, it lasts much longer than a single charge in previous models. Performance-wise, it's a 15% increase over the Hug 05. It can run 100 meters in 9.59 seconds and jump 4.92 meters. The Hug OS also has improved learning functions over previous models in the series. It detects a slight strain in the wearer's muscles and judges how they'll move. This means efficient assistance. The Hug 06 Karuma is currently up for pre-order at Exoskeleton Company dealers nationwide. So we've already received many pre-orders, so we might not be able to get your hug to you by release. We apologize. We wish to be your supporting spirit. The Exoskeleton Company looks forward to meeting each and every one of you. Hug 06 Karuma. MSRP 39,800 yen. Pre-order now. Please confirm your phone number to avoid providing incorrect information. As expected, Misani is there. How long has it been since she started appearing on TV like this? Oh, so that was... Oh, that's Misa. After graduating 6 years ago, she went to college in Tokyo and now works at the flourishing Exoskeleton Company. She started doing PR work after her talents were recognized. She even makes her appearances on TV as a hug test pilot. Commercials, leading hug demos, even working as an adversary for Hug Spark, which is a hug martial arts tournament. Really? Protein, newspaper, Hug Spark, a next-generation martial arts competition hosted by Exoskeleton Company. The event is dedicated to athletes who wear hugs designated for sports use. Beginning in 2016, the event has been held every March in the United States. The rules specify that martial artists must only use standing attacks and that all competitors must be wearing hugs. The ring is about the size of a tennis court, leading to speedy, intense battles that have only grown more and more popular over time. Misani is everywhere. Considering how active she is, it's no overstatement to say that she's crazy popular. Now, people online refer to her as the pretty PR girl. She's more popular than your average pinup model. But all I want to do is scream out to the heavens. Don't be fooled, people. The Misani on TV isn't the real deal. Man, I can't even begin to count how many times Misani made me bawl back when I was in elementary school. Just thinking about it gets me chills. Aki. It's from Akio. Strange way to call me while we're at school.
電話受信
Accept call. I answer and Akio's face appears on the screen. Ah, Kai.
今どこさ
Where are you?
水金
Mizukani's store.
なんで
Why?
Never mind that. More importantly, did you do your homework for English?
やってないよね
I take it you didn't, right?
Why is she so sure of that? Not that she's wrong, but... Bruh. I shake my head, but for some reason Akio smiles happily.
うちも
Me neither.
宿題って
When was it due again?
明日
Tomorrow?
いや
Crap.
だからさ
Let's study together. A schoolwork study session starring us. Come on.
自力でや
Are you actually gonna try and do it yourself?
ラッキーなこと
Luckily, we still have time, and two heads are better than one. Let's split up the work.
分担しようあの人もかつて
That person once said this.
戦いとは
In war, you must think 2 or 3 moves ahead of the enemy.
ものだって
今のアキちゃん
I doubt you could think even one move ahead right now, Aki-chan.
Ugh,
でもまあ
But sure, I'm down to split it.
作戦には
そうこなくちゃ
that's my Kai.
She's completely forgotten about cornering the vice principal. I guess we'll use our club time today to finish homework.
こうなるのを予想して
I knew you'd see that, so I'm already at Mizukani's place.
へえ
Huh?
見てさ
And I guess you are thinking 2 or 3 moves ahead.
でしょ
Right?
I'll let her be happy with this victory.
腹が減ってはい
Can't fight on an empty stomach.
なんかおかしい
Do you want any snacks? Hit me with your request and I'll pick them up for you.
行くから
ゴチにな
Your
る
treat? Sure.
寝言はね
In your dreams, bud. I'll have you repay me later.
そりゃ残念
Well, shucks.
No worries. No worries. I'll pick out some things for Kai.
I hear Mizuka-san's voice from the other side.
なあアキちゃん
Aki-chan, don't listen to anything Mizuka-san says. Just buy me fruit, sour melon.
サーメロン
Aw, not up for the usual.
Mizuka-san sure is persistent. Besides, if I have the usual, I won't be in any condition to study.
じゃあ行ってくる
Alright, I'm on it. Meet me in the classroom, not the clubroom.
少しでも
Maybe I'll get a bit done on my own. Akio didn't take long to get back. We studied our best until sunset, but couldn't finish in time. I guess I'll just do the rest at home. Once again, Akio charges off to the faculty room after class. Toyota announces their newly developed robot, Prince X. Oh gosh, Taboo's back. Stupidly hot outside, so I'm weighing in the classroom today, looking at Tweepo to kill time. Tweepo's a social media platform with limited character count posts on the internet. Pokecoms have their own app for it. Each post is called a tweet, and they form a timeline on screen based on when they were posted. If you follow someone else's account, it'll display their tweets in your timeline too. Following around 100 people. If you follow a lot of people, your timeline basically gets flooded with constant updates. It's a real pain to try and keep up with it all like that, so you can split tweets into multiple lists. List A for Robotics Club members, so I guess you could say it's for friends. Prince X is Sinomiya Akio Akipopopopopun. Prince X is so cute. The design taste is good that even though it's a giant robot, I think it's cute. Especially from the world-renowned Toyota, it would be amazing if we could put this electric engine in Gunbill 1. Maybe I can ask in a letter if they'll let me borrow it for free. I want to eat takoyaki. Thank you, Akio. Until last year, our club had more than 2 people in it. Given our current state, Akio is the only one in list A. This B is made up of real-life acquaintances and people I know online. Earlier, Sinomiya Misaki. Today on 3 p.m. I will be appearing on the Fujisun's TV show 3 O'Clock Madden. Thank you very much. It includes my family, Akio's family, Michi, and a few others. I have no friends around my age, and I don't follow many of my classmates. Thus, List B is mostly adults. List C is for others. That includes journalists in Tokyo and the official accounts for newspapers and news sites. If I look at List C, I can get a pretty good idea of what's going on in Tokyo. I don't really use List D. Even with the list split, they refresh within hours. I keep telling myself to at least check Tweepo twice a day. Switch between lists on Tweepo, use LB or Q and E, or click with the mouse. Whoopsie. Even as I scroll through my timeline, I see talk about a new giant robot developed by Toyota in Tokyo. I feel like I should save here. Whoa. Whoa. That go for Bromentelli is amazing. Oh, wait a minute. It might be better if I use controller for this. Whoop. Actually, I meant seeing this in the news. Can't you put an electric car in to solve the problem? That should do it. Something's very wrong with this. With these controls, I feel. Guess I revealed the thing around lunchtime today. What if I just don't click it? Actually, Akio mentioned seeing this in the news. I should reply. I directly respond to other people's tweets via the reply function. I said I don't use Tweepo that much, so I really only reply to people in list A. Guess it, that means Akio's the only one I interact with. That was more ugly than cute. Can't you just put an electric car engine and solve the problem? How about... Sure. That should do it. Hey, Yashio. Can I ask you for a favor? Who? One of my few classmates still around cleaning duty talks to me.
I'm gonna be late for my bus home if I don't leave soon. Are you busy? Could you maybe throw the trash out for me?
Still bar Hayakawa. This is Yashio we're talking about.
Huh? But he doesn't look busy.
It's not that I look like I have free time. I do have free time. But I'm currently stuck in this room. Who knows when Madam President is gonna get back? Decided to turn down a request the only way I know. I don't mind taking your place.
Wait, really? Oh my gosh,
Bruh. However, if you want me to do something, you'll have to beat me in a match. If you win, I'll throw out the trash or whatever it is you want.
What? I'm kinda in a hurry.
Didn't I tell you? There's no point. Yashio is always like this. What's a mistake to even ask?
Never mind. A match? Really? How stupid.
Still muttering complaints, the two pick up the trash cans and exit the classroom. I'm alone now. Wait, if Hayakawa was seriously about to miss her bus, why couldn't Takahashi take out the trash alone? I considered shouting that at them, but that'd be a bit much for me, so I decided against it. I'm aware that people consider me an ass, but this is my policy. I have no intention of changing it. Just when I'm finally about to enjoy a match of Kill Ballad.
Hi.
Akio returns with the clubroom key in hand. The key is stored in the faculty room, so she has to go and pick it up every time we have club.
To the club room.
Yeah. Stand up from my seat. We exit the clubroom and walk together toward the clubroom. Was the vice principal in?
Nope. So you don't think the VP has been coming to school? I don't think the VP has been coming to school lately. You haven't seen her either, right?
I shrug my shoulders, indicating that I haven't.
Michi might know something. Maybe I'll interrogate him.
You just don't give up, do you? We should call you Snapping Turtle from now on.
Ooh, that's lame. Look, either way, we can't do anything without money. We've already lost 2 months. If things keep up like this...
Oh, hi.
Ugh.
Subaru. The moment she sees a certain male student, Akio winces. His name is Hidaka Subaru, and he's a second year. You could call him Akio's arch nemesis. At the same time, you could say he's the only one person Akio won't give up on trying to win over. I can already see the sparks flying violently between them. Hey, Hidaka-kun! Despite feigning cheerfulness, it's pretty clear that she's pretty nervous around the younger boy. It's been a year and 3 months since we first met here, which means... It's time to join the Robotics Club and join us in building the giant robot just together. I have no intention of joining your third-rate Robotics Club. Hidaka Subaru brutally interrupts Akio. I've given you the same answer over 20 times.
Come on, the Robotics Club needs your technical skills, Hidaka-kun.
I want nothing to do with your Robotics Club. Excuse me. Without even a bow, Hidaka Subaru changes from his indoor shoes to his regular ones and leaves.
I'm gonna win him over if it's the last thing I do.
Akio's face is bright red. She looks like she's gonna start stamping her feet in frustration. He clearly doesn't like you, so why do you gotta be so stubborn about this?
Hey, this is your problem too.
I haven't the slightest clue why, but Hidaka Subaru is actively hostile towards the Robotics Club. He was the one student who came to watch our club last year, but it wasn't long before he started calling us stuff like third-rate and worthless. Well, I guess it only makes sense. In terms of technical skills, Subaru is on a completely different level. In junior high, he apparently entered Robo 1 solo and won 3rd place. He never entered again after that. According to Michi's intel, he's even capable of repairing broken wristwatches. I understand why he looks down on us, to an extent. If he ever joined the Robotics Club, he'd immediately be our ace. Heck, even though he's younger, he's probably make a better club president than Akio. He's not wrong about us being third-rate, though.
Don't say things like that, Kai.
You gotta accept reality for what it is.
I know, but I still just can't go and say sure and be fine with it.
All sorts of people make fun of our little club. It wasn't nearly this bad when Akio and I joined up as new students. It's hard to say when it began, but I think it was after last year's new student club orientation. The seniors in the club weren't the public speaking type, so Akio gave the speech instead. That's where she screwed up. Akio made a showy intro video about Gunvaro Prototype Model 1 and the club members maintaining it. The BGM for the video was the Gunvaro theme song sung by Akio herself. I'm sure you can imagine how all that went over. And so, the only student who came to check our club out was Hidaka Subaru. Must have come to pick a fight. This year, Akio and I ended up alone, so she did her best to learn from her prior failures and didn't show the robot. But mid-speech, Akio had an attack and was sent to the infirmary. Since I don't care about robots, it was over. So it made total sense that we couldn't get any new recruits. Plus, right after that, Akio requested a 10-fold increase in our budget, causing the student council and the VP to snap. As a result, even the underclassmen got a bad impression of Akio burned into their minds. And so, our club and the gun build project became the objects of ridicule. Students started referring to it as homegrown scrap. Sure, compared to the high-tech robots being made by huge companies worldwide, ours is both ugly and has super low specs. I've heard people say that if it still hasn't been completed after 8 years, it'll never get finished. They say it's a waste of club funds and that budget would be better off given to other clubs. I can't argue with that. Hell, you could even argue that the Robotics Club had been given too much special treatment up until now. And all that was because of the groundwork that Misani put in as the founding member of the organization. Since we're clinging to the work that others did before us, I'm sure the school looks at us like we're parasites. Illustrates society pretty well, huh? Alright, time to go ham on Kill Ballad today. I think that to myself as I set down my bag in the club room.
Time to recharge.
Akio says that to herself and starts filling with her own Pokegum. Anime appears on the screen.
Storm and Surge! Blast of Spirit and Burrow to King!
I think that's going to be where we end off for today. This is already a great start. I kind of love just the vibes. It feels a lot more, I gotta say, this already feels a lot more lighthearted than any of the other science adventure games already. Now, that being said, I still don't trust this game because it's part of the science adventure series, and this series is known to absolutely obliterate the soul. So I don't trust this yet. I still don't trust it, but I do like the vibe of how much more lighthearted it feels, and I just can't wait to see how it all comes crumbling down and makes me want to die. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all later. Peace.